Hello everyone, it's Nadie, and today we're testing out the Fenty Powder Foundation. As you beautiful people know, this is about the products and not the people behind them. Any tiff you may have with them, please cast it away because this is a channel of positive energy. Okay? Thank you. Oh, my little powder-covered pinwheels, how you doing today? I hope wherever you're at in the world, you're having a simply marvelous day so far. I myself am doing wonderful. I'm so stoked to test this out. It's been a long-ass time since I've tried anything from Fenty, mainly because a lot of their products just haven't worked for me in the past, and oddly enough, anytime I've said anything negative about Fenty, my video gets demonetized. Suspicious. But their normal liquid foundation just didn't work for me. It didn't look good on my skin. No biggie, a lot of foundations don't. But when I saw that they had a powder version, I thought this might work for me. No clue if it will, but we'll see. However, we kind of aren't off to the greatest start. I ordered 4 of these, and how many do I have? They were very sweet about it. They offered to send me a new one or refund me. However, it was, I think, the lightest shade that I got. I think it was the shade like 110, and I took a peek at 200, and it still might be a little bit light for me, so 100 isn't gonna fucking work for me. So we'll just work with what we have here, and I did order this straight from Fenty. I don't think it had hit Sephora yet, but now that it's arrived to me, it is on Sephora's website, and it looks like it has 4.5 out of 5 stars, and each one is $36. Really? 36 fucking dollars. Oh my god, $36. Wait, why on here does it say $30.60? But on Sephora's website it's 36 bucks. Huh, very interesting. It's probably just a typing error. I don't really care. What I do care about is what people are saying about this, because they might have some helpful tips and tricks with this product. So the lowest review says, not good for dry or acne prone skin. I do have dry skin, so that kind of sucks, but I did moisturize and exfoliate today, so hopefully I'm good. This powder made them look really dry and flaky and accentuated their acne scars. This person was very excited to try it out. Unfortunately, it's not made for their skin. They exfoliated, put on a serum, plus a moisturizer. They said the sponge it comes with is way too thin. However, I have never used sponges that come with these kind of products. I always use like a flat brush. And truthfully, I didn't really plan on using that sponge anyway, so there's that. This 3-star review says it oxidizes, but I almost wonder if that has anything to do with the primer. Another person says it runs orange. Not good on top of liquid foundation. Do people do that? Do they like combine foundations? Although I guess I have, so what the fuck am I talking about? I would imagine that it'd get like darker over liquid foundation, but that's just me. Oh fuck, if I had read on, they said it made my face look so dark. Okay, so there you go. The shades don't match the liquid foundation. That's also a good thing to know. Okay, so it sounds like there is a little bit of a learning curve with this product, which is kind of typical with powder foundations. Not that liquid foundations aren't temperamental, but I just don't like having to do all my cream products first and then going over with a powder, and you never know if things are gonna set funny. I just don't really fuck with them, but I'm still really stoked to try this. The website say it's a light as air powder foundation that gives you light to full coverage with a soft matte finish, and I don't know if this is the kind that turns kind of into a cream. I think Burr Minerals has one that kind of turns to a cream, and the more you rub it around, the creamier it gets. Insert sex joke here. But this says medium coverage with a matte finish. It's also free of parabens, phthalates. It's vegan, cruelty-free, and gluten-free. And they say that this is buildable. Typically with these kind of foundations, if you want a light coverage, you'll go in with a super fucking fluffy brush, if I can grab this. A floofy ass brush like this one. This is by Lele Posh Cosmetics, and this is of course the Wayne Goss Angel Pube brush. Then when I want a medium ass coverage with these kind of foundations, I use somewhere in between a dense and a fluffy brush. This one is, I think, by Coastal Scents, and it's fairly dense, but it does still have some give to it. Super fucking soft too, damn. However, today I think I want full ass coverage, so I'm gonna go in with this Hank and Henry Nikki brush, and it is still a little bit floofy, but for the most part, it's dense. I love this for liquid foundation or even blending out concealers. It's just fucking good for everything, and I mean everything. Let's start off with 200, and it has very cute packaging in the iconic Fenty style. We'll open it up, and ooh, I don't know. Okay, this is for light to medium skin with cool undertones. Let me see what other ones I got. This one is 185. Doesn't that look yellow? Then lastly, this is, I believe, 170. Oh god. I don't know. Maybe I should like feel it and put it on my face. Ooh, very, very soft. Ooh, she got some kickback though. Okay. Oh. All right, you know what? I think I want to go with this one. Yeah, that looks perfectly fine to me. I don't know how it looks on camera if you can even see it, but this is the one we're gonna go with, which is 170, which is for light skin with cool undertones. Cool cats and kittens. All right, so let's take the dicks out of our mouth and get going with this. I did exfoliate and moisturize my skin about an hour and a half ago, so it should be sunk in. So to prime my face, I'm gonna go in with one of my favorites, Touch in Soul No Problem Primer. Also, please let me know down in the comments below if you've tried things from this this brand? How do they work for you? I do have quite a few things from this brand that I do actually love, specifically their lipsticks. Oh my goodness. I would love to have every shade of lipstick from them. They are just such good formulas. Oh, so because this is a powder foundation, you kind of have to go in with your creams first, otherwise it'll fuck everything up. So for concealer, I'm going in with It Cosmetics Baba Under Eye. This stuff is so good. If you've never used it, I highly recommend it. The coverage is beyond. I took way too fucking much. You literally need the tiniest drop. You take it in your fingers and you kind of warm it up, and then you just apply it wherever the fuck you need it. But like, this blows every color corrector out of the water, like every kind of concealer that I've ever used. This shit is amazing. It's actually the only concealer that I'll use whenever I'm doing like no makeup days, which that term really doesn't apply to me because like, obviously this does not look natural. Ain't nobody got under eyes like this. I should probably be using a mirror versus like looking in my monitor because that's like 5 feet away. My blind bitch ass can't see shit. Oh yes, that looks good. And then to give a little bit of a highlight under my eyes, I've never used these products together, so this might look like shit, but we'll see. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, but you kind of have to do all your highlighting and contouring before you apply the foundation, which to me is so backwards. Ooh, those actually play together very nicely. I'm gonna find them in the closet fucking later. And hopefully that looks okay and nice and highlighted on camera. In person it looks great, but sometimes things don't quite register exact on camera. And then to contour, oh god, this is so fucking dark. I gave my lightest shade of this to my friend, so I'll try to use this sparingly, but this is the Uma Butete Double Take Sculpt Stick. Take this the lightest bit right there, and I'm just gonna start on one side. This is the only cream contour that I have. Okay, that actually works perfect. All right, and now we're at the point where I don't even fucking need a foundation. Cool. Next, I'm gonna go in with blush, and this is in the shade 8th Muse. And I'm actually using this one on purpose because typically it removes all of the cream foundation that I use, so I wanna know how it'll work with a powder. And then for highlighter, I'm going in with my favorite highlighter stick. This is the Kiko Milanic Arctic Holiday Highlight Stick in the shade Golden Crystals. I fucking love this. But I usually take some of this and go right there, and a lot of times I'll actually prime my eye with it too. Oh my god, my wiener dog Ron is having a dream and he's shaking his tail. Oh, did I wake you up with my giggling? I'm sorry, but that was so cute. Oh, damn it. Anyways, I'm just gonna blend that shit in right there. This kind of is like a foreign method of application for me, but I kind of like the way my skin looks with just these products. I kind of feel like for other videos, I might not even need a foundation. I mean, my beard covers half my fucking face, so you can't really see through it. And then I ended up covering my eyes and T-zone with concealer, and that was pretty much all that I needed. So even if this foundation is utter ass on my skin, I still kind of like this. I think that's everything, so let's go in with the foundation. Just to kind of show you what it looks like with a medium coverage, I'm gonna start with this brush on this side. It does have a good bit of kickback, but that might actually be the brush, and I can honestly just sweep it back up. But here we go with this, let's try that again, because nothing's fucking happening. Also, let's get a little closer so you can actually fucking see. I'm just gonna go in with my dense-ass brush. Oh yeah, that is much better. There's very little kickback with this brush, so I'm guessing it was just the bristles with that one. But let's retry this into here. Ooh, I instantly see orange. Don't really get how. I mean, everything on my face is dry, even though they're cream products. I actually think this is the same exact issue that I had with their cream foundations. They just ended up looking orange on my skin. I'm just gonna keep it to one side of my face and we can kind of see the difference. This side to me does look quite a bit more blurred and pretty, but I wouldn't necessarily say it has a ton of coverage. I'm not exactly sure what you can or could see. Make sure you turn this up to the highest setting. I think we film in 4K, so like you should be able to see through my skin. But to me, there isn't a shit ton of color. It did soften up my skin quite a bit, almost like a filter. And at least on camera, this side really does look very, very nice, but also it's orange in certain areas. I don't know if you can see that or not, but like right there. And it was instantaneous. Like that was the first dip that I put onto my face. And in person, it's noticeable that there's orange spots like right there, right there. So pretty much everywhere where I put a cream. And I promise you, everything is very dry. Nothing really feels too tacky, but that definitely is way darker than this is. At least in person. These lights might be drowning it out, but honestly, I think that with everything, my skin looks so beautiful. A bit dry in this area, which is kind of common for me, and it does want to add quite a bit of texture. So if you do have texture, maybe it would be best if you used a softer brush. So let me try the Wayne Goss brush on the other side starting off and just start tapping it on. See, no, with this lighter brush, there's literally no coverage. But also, it does kind of soften the skin. To me, it's more like a good finishing powder than anything. But no, once again, it's oxidizing right there. Okay, I'm just gonna go back in with my Hank and Henry brush and just do the same thing that I did on my other side and go over everything. It does have a little bit of coverage. It's like the perfect amount so that you can still see your contour and blush, but I would not call this full coverage at all. Like, if you weren't wearing concealer or anything else, I don't think it would look like you're wearing much of anything. You would just have softer skin, maybe a little bit more even toned, but still, I could fuck with this harder than I could with that liquid foundation. I actually really like this, but up close, it does look a little bit textured. I also have had to use quite a bit of it. Like, the Fenty logo is pretty much gone, so I'm not really sure how long this would last you, but if you aren't a full coverage whore like I am, you probably could get quite a bit of use out of this. But I am very happy with this color. Let's go ahead and pull up the match-o-meter because today, I think we did good. What do you think? It did kind of turn orange, I will admit, so I'm not gonna give it like the top marks. Like, look at the difference between this and this. So I would say this is probably a solid 8. You might be seeing something completely different. When I'm editing, it's either like too light or too dark, so I don't know which it is, but in person, it's like an 8, maybe an 8.5. Yeah, let's go to 8.5 because this is pretty good. The only bad thing is that because there are so many colors going on, we have the actual color of this, we have where it oxidized and looks bronzy. It's just a little bit difficult to know exactly where I put it because the coverage isn't so huge. I can still see like flaws up here, but I know I put some up here. But yes, there we go. I really like the way this looks. Is it my favorite thing in the world? No. And honestly, do I think you could get a better product for the price? Probably. But knowing that almost every face product from this brand I've really disliked, this is definitely a step in the right direction. Like, look at my skin. Doesn't it look good? I like it. It's doing exactly what it's saying. It's adding like a filter look to my skin. Maybe it's not in 4K, but in person it is. It is accentuating the texture around there, but that happens all the time with me with like any foundation lately. So I'm not mad. Like, having put on a fuck ton of powder on my face, it doesn't look cakey. It looks really good, I think. I guess I do kind of wish that I had gotten the lighter shade that they didn't end up sending me because then I could have highlighted a little bit more under my eyes, but I think this is fine. I think for me, the biggest negative is that under my eyes, they are creasing really bad. Let me see if I can kind of stipple some in there and really set everything into place. No, I'm just like 10 years older today. That's fine. Age is just a number. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my look. I'm also reviewing a palette today, so if I come on with 2 different eyes, don't be that surprised. But here's what we look like. I'm gonna go ahead and do a wear time test. I will see you at the end of the day. All right, my loves, we are back. It is the end of my day. Let's see how we look. Once my eyes were on, my face did look a little bit flat, so I just kind of reinforced them with powder products. They all melded together perfectly. Also, ignore under this eye. Some of the blue fell out and it kind of makes me look exhausted. This is me acting like I'm not actually fucking exhausted. Anyways, this foundation to me does look very pretty, but I will tell you, the shit is drying. Like, my forehead looks very dry, my under eyes and this area, fuck, my whole face looks dry. But when you're not directly up close, it looks so airbrushed and filtered and so nice. How everything looks on my face actually reminds me a lot of how my Dior Backstage looks, but I think the products you use before this foundation are seriously important and will really end up determining the final outcome, because before I applied this powder, I basically covered up everything that I wanted covered up. Like, I almost don't think I really needed the foundation, but once I put the foundation on, it did a great job at blurring, and so it just added a final touch. But I personally would probably never use this by itself unless you're wanting like a super sheer coverage and like a soft focus effect. Wait, isn't that what this is called? Oh no, it's called Pro Filter. What the fuck is soft focus? Isn't that something too? Any fucking who. This did end up instantly oxidizing around there. Fortunately, my bronzer and contour and everything kind of covered that up. And I don't know why it just happened to do that around here and right there. Maybe there was a little bit of oil there. I don't know. But just going off the finish, I do really like this. I think paired with those other products that I used look really, really well. I don't think I ended up really having to use those cream products. I probably could have put powder over this. The foundation didn't seem to have dusted away or moved once I contoured after putting it on. I think for the first time, I have a Fenty face product that I really like. Do I love it? No, because if you do have dry skin, honestly, I fear for your face. And also if you have oily skin, because that has to be why it oxidized right there, right? No, maybe the concealer was still a little bit wet. Fuck, I don't know, but it does oxidize. But if you can figure this shit out and don't need a fuck ton of coverage, I do recommend it. I think you could get your correct shade for your face, a lighter shade for under the eyes. Mia, what are you doing? She's just sitting on all of this paper. Yes, make yourself comfy. Why do cats always sit in the weirdest fucking places? Like anything that's different than the norm, they will be on it. Do I think it's worth the price? I don't think it's worth the price. Like the Dior Backstage is my ride or die bitch, and it's around the same price, and I do think it looks better than this. But if you either don't need a lot of highlight and concealing, or you have good products that do that can go under the powder, and if a powder foundation is your jam, then yeah, it is worth the price. I think I'm gonna play around with it a little bit more. I'm okay with this color, but it's still not quite there. Normally when I'm using a liquid foundation, I can drag it down my neck and kind of conceal the fact that I'm much paler than this, but with this powder, it didn't really want to spread down there, so there's kind of a big difference. Hopefully there aren't any missing patches. I can never tell till I'm done filming. But it went in between my beard nicely. It just looks a little bit cakey and heavy on my skin, but overall, I'm not upset with this, and it feels very comfy too. So yay, I'm so happy. Anyways, there you go. Thank you so much for being here. I love having you. And if you'd like to support me and my channel a little bit more, please feel free to join us over on Patreon. It's patreon.com/poplux. There you get videos a day early, you get Patreon only content, plus best part, it is cheap, fun, and fancy, just like me. And like always, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, is available at thepoplux.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at officialnady, and you can follow me online at thepoplux.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye!